How's everyone doing? Today I got a mail day from Best Buy. I ordered it online because my Best Buy kind of stinks. I'm right in a great centralized location. I'm an hour from New York City and an hour from Philadelphia, and every time Best Buy has the Steelbooks or the exclusives, my Best Buy gets like 2. But every time I get there, they never have anything. And then a lot of these deals that just came up on Best Buy, I was like, you know what, I'm never going to risk it. I'm just going to go ahead and order them online. But one thing I will say is I have a beef with you, Best Buy. No slipcovers. None of these came with slipcovers. That is disappointing to me. But great deals. And if you guys don't collect your slipcovers and you want to trade for something, let me know, because I definitely want the slipcovers for all these ones that don't have them. It just feels naked without them. I know some people don't. I remember somebody left some comment a few times. Once is enough, buddy. He's like, oh, Blu-ray condoms, movie condoms? No, slipcovers. I know you don't like them, but other people do. I do. Just if I know it has one, it just feels bare without it, naked. I don't want my Blu-rays to be naked. I want them to be fashionable. I want them to wear their clothes. Anyways, I digress. First up, I thought this was an excellent deal. I got it for $8.99 at Best Buy because everywhere else I have seen it goes for like 20 bucks. And in fact, I just looked up on Best Buy today and it's back up to 20 bucks. So this was actually a steal. This is from Scream Factory. This is a really good horror comedy movie. It's like The Office, but with vampires. They're in a office setting, and there's essentially vampires. They bring in this one new boss guy, and he starts turning people into vampires. And a couple of people, like this guy right here, he's recognizable. He's been in some other stuff. But I really like the lead actress in here. She was stunning. Oh, but hilarious, entertaining, great characters. My only critic, everybody played their roles perfectly, except for the lead guy. I didn't really love the lead guy, but everything else worked really well. And that's just me being nitpicky because that's what I do. A couple special features on here, but this one was highly entertaining. I would definitely recommend the heck out of it. Another interesting vampire movie. There's been a lot of great vampire movies coming out recently. Next up is the Addams Family. This is one I watched all the time as a kid. Very happy to add it to the Blu-ray collection. And I always had a crush on Christina Ricci. And here she is, this is Wednesday, but lots of fun. Let me know who your favorite character from the Addams Family is. Next up, The Burbs. So happy. This is a Best Buy exclusive. There's a few ones that are Best Buy exclusive, like Money Pit, another one, Tom Hanks, Great Outdoors, whole bunch of good ones. But yeah, Tom Hanks is in here. Bruce Dern, who looks like pretty much the same as he does back then. Carrie Fisher was the wife. Corey Feldman. A bunch of other recognizable people too. This one is one I remember watching all the time as a kid. So happy to pick this one up. This one has an alternate ending, which I've never seen the alternate ending before, and I really enjoyed it. I think they should have spliced one part of the alternate ending into the actual ending, and that would have been even better to me. But this is definitely a classic, hilarious movie. One thing I always wondered though, they didn't really explain it. Why does Corey Feldman have the house? And he didn't look like he was old enough to own a house. He looked like he was still young, and he didn't look like he was old enough to drink either. But I know back in the day the drinking age was 18, so maybe, you know, back in that time the drinking age was still that age. But yeah, love the heck out of this one. Super happy to add that one to the Blu-ray collection. Just rewatched it like as immediately as soon as I got it, popped it in, and takes me back in time. Love it. Next up is Sinister 2. This was a blind buy. Popped this one in right away too. This was, you know, I wasn't a huge fan of the first one, so I don't know why I thought this one was going to be that much better, because usually sequels aren't. Very few sequels are better or as good as the original. The first one, to me, I loved the first half of the movie, all that build-up, and it had some good atmosphere. Then the second half just went downhill to me, especially the ending. Relied on too many jump scares. This was the same thing. Relied on way too many jump scares. I do love Shannon Sossaman. She was my #1 celebrity crush for so long. She's in here. And she's playing a lot more roles recently, and a lot more, I guess it's the kind of that transition where she's playing mother roles and like kind of older roles, which I guess is fitting, but it's kind of like seeing my childhood like kind of disappear and crumble apart, like, time fades. But Beauty doesn't, because she's still hot. But this one, again, was just a huge disappointment. Relied on too many jump scares, cheap horror tropes, and yeah, I feel like, you know, they could do more with this concept. It's being underutilized big time. Very forgettable sequel, but I think they're going to make more probably. And I feel like, you know, there's stuff right there, like the Bazagul character. I think that's creepy, the demon. They should do more stuff with it in kids as well. That's creepy, evil killer kids. One of my favorites. I always talk about it. Who Can Kill a Child is my all-time favorite killer kid movie. also known as Island of the Damned, which I think is a way better title. But if you haven't seen it, check that one out, by the way. Next up is Horns with Daniel Radcliffe. Really enjoyed this one. Daniel Radcliffe, way more than Harry Potter. He's way more than that role. He is an excellent actor. Really enjoyed the heck out of him. He was great here. The whole cast was really enjoyable. And I really love Alexandra Aja was the director here, too. And it's kind of how he transitioned from like the Splat Pack to this. Works really well. He's got a great eye. But Juno Temple is stunning. She's fantastic in here too. This one is kind of like a fairy tale horror-esque movie. Very surreal. Love the ending to it as well. Very cool. Highly recommend that one. Surprised me because I didn't think I was going to like it because I guess I kind of pigeonholed Daniel Radcliffe for his role in here. But he's been in a bunch of great films recently. Imperium, Swiss Army Man, this, a few other things too. Dark Was the Night. Oh, you know what? Let me go over the prices on this real quick too. $8.99, $5.99, $7.99, $5.99, $5.99, $5.99. Some great prices here, great deals. Dark Was the Night. Really enjoyed this one too. Kevin Durand, Lucas Haas. I really like Kevin Durand in The Strain. He's been in a bunch of things, but that's one that really sticks out to me. Really loved the first season. Still need to check out season 2. Haven't heard great things about season 2, but I'm going to give it a fair chance for The Strain. And this one right here is got tons of atmosphere. It's essentially a monster movie, very creepy, and I like kind of the backstory that they're providing. But my only criticism, again, because I nitpick, is some of the CGI effects for the creatures. That's about it. Besides that, great tension and build-up, and again, the mood and atmosphere is there in spades. Really enjoyed it. Next up, Night of the Living Dead. This was $9.99, but I'm a sucker for redheads, and the redhead is the lead actress. Had to pick it up. And Night of the Living Dead, you know, right there, obviously play on Night of the Living Dead. It's a horror comedy movie again, Zomcom. Ray Wise is in here. A few other recognizable people too. Trying to find that one guy's name. Where is he? Chris Marquette. And this is directed by Kyle Rankin. And Ray Wise, Chris Marquette, and Kyle Rankin all work together on the horror sci-fi comedy movie Infestation about giant alien killer bugs. Love that one. Definitely recommend that one. I did a review for that like 7 years ago or so on here. But this one was highly entertaining. It's a rom-com, really. It's actually an infection, but zombie they're calling it too. Infection movie, zombie movie. The genres kind of blend, but usually there's a clear difference. They kind of say both in here, but overall very entertaining. And she's kind of a quirky, nerdy girl, very awkward, and she falls for this guy, and they're trying to get out together and survive, not get eaten by the zombies. And yeah, I thought it was they're in Maine as well, and they kind of point that out a few times in the movie. But this was highly enjoyable, definitely worth it. Next up is the Leprechaun movies. This was $14.99. Complete movie collection. 7 films right there. Some of these ones are terribly bad. Leprechaun in the Hood, Back to the Hood. I actually liked the recent one, the Origins one. It was a different look to the Leprechaun, but it was actually a creepy look. I dug the look. And of course Jennifer Aniston right there in the first one. I really like Leprechaun in Space. I know a lot of people hated it, but I dug it. But this $14.99 ended up selling the digital copy right here for $12. So I ended up getting this essentially for like $3. So I thought that was awesome. No slipcover though. I know this one comes with a slipcover. Definitely want to pick this up. And yeah, there's a swing tray for the discs right there. And get some special features, which is pretty cool. And then the only one that has its own disc is the Origins movie, the recent one from WWE. I think, was it Hornswoggle was the guy who played the Leprechaun in this last one? I don't even remember. Like, I don't watch wrestling that much. I was big in the 90s, the Attitude Era. That was my stuff back in the day. Razor Ramon, Diesel, 1-2-3 Kid, X-Pac, you know, when they changed over, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, all of them. Really dug that. But now I don't watch it too much. I've watched some here and there. But I think it was Hornswoggle was the guy that played in here. And this is, WWE's has some stinkers as far as movies like that, horror movies especially, but I really like No One Lives. That was probably one of the better ones for me that I can think of right now. But the Leprechaun movies are always entertaining to me. They're cheesy, horror, fun. And so I'm happy to add that, especially for that price point. Can't beat it. Next up was Vincent Price classic right here, House of Wax. This might be my favorite Vincent Price movie. Really good movie. And this is actually a remake. I know they did a recent remake with Paris Hilton, which I found that to be entertaining as well. Now I know this one has a lenticular slipcover. Of course it didn't come with it. I know I was wasn't going to get that. But if anybody has that slipcover, please let me know if you want to do a trade or work something out. I really would love to have that. But great film. It has the 3D version right there. And again, some good special features. And it also has the original movie, the 1933 feature Mystery of the Wax Museum, which was the original this was remade from. So again, it's the 3D Blu-ray right there. Very happy for that. And this was $8.99? Or was it $7.99? It was either $7.99 or $8.99. I can't recall right now, but again, cheap, great price for it. Next up for $9.99 was Zombieland. So yeah, besides the Leprechaun, everything was under 10 bucks here, and a bunch were $5.99. And essentially, again, like I said, I sold the digital copy right there for 12, so it was really only like 3 bucks for the Leprechaun movie. But the Zombieland Steelbook, love the heck out of this one. I actually already have the other Steelbook for it. I can't remember if it was the Canadian one or the UK one. I can't remember where it came from, but I believe it was region free anyway, so it doesn't matter. But this one has a ton of special features. I remember they had the Best Buy exclusive, I think, was the Nut Up or Shut Up edition, which was going for ridiculous money, but I don't think it really goes for that much anymore. But again, some good special features there, and I think this is a highly enjoyable Zom-Com. And there's the artwork. I really dig that. It's fitting for the end of the movie. Was it Funland or whatever the heck the name of that place was? But this is a really good date movie to me. Again, Zom rom-com, blend of genres. I see a lot of movies doing that. There's the disc artwork. And I'm seeing a lot more of these artists put their name right there, so it kind of stands out. And again, like I said, great date movie. And I've always enjoyed the heck out of this one. I'm not a big Jesse Eisenberg fan, but I thought he worked well for this one. Kind of, you know, neurotic and Woody Allen-esque. And speaking of Woodies, there's Woody Harrelson. He was great in there. Emma Stone, stunning. Bill Murray was hilarious too. So very enjoyable. Great prices on all these. Souped right there for those pickups. Again, if you've seen any of these movies, definitely let me know what you think of them. And if you have any of these slipcovers and you want to work something out, let me know. Hope everybody's doing well. Take care.